welcome to the Winds of Jupiter 2018 yearly tarot reading. Now, Leos have been through the ringer. Everything started with the eclipses in your sign in 2017. And now there's going to be a total lunar eclipse January 31st, 2018 in your sign, as well as a partial solar eclipse in August. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to affect you. It really depends on the aspects of your chart. But Leo has received a lot of rough cards in the past, recent past. I guess it's just your turn. I know Scorpios and Virgos have been having a difficult time. Now they're finally seeing the light in the tunnel. And you will too, but you just got to hang on a little longer. Now I'm going to be doing my chakra 7-point spread. The 7 main cards that have clarification cards represent the chakra points of the body. And the cards on the far left are the past, and the cards on the right are the future. Now the cards by the past on the bottom there is the base of your spine, and I call this sourcing and urgings. And this is your past experiences from past lives, your childhood, all the way up to the present, and how you feel about them. And then the cards up above that are your sacrum or pelvic for spiritual awakening and growth of all kinds. And above that is the solar plexus for sensing and feeling. This is where gut feelings come in, starting to surface into the reality, because this pillar is actually your unconscious inner self. Now the cards in the center are the heart of the matter. And the cards down on the bottom right from the center cards are your throat for communicating and teaching. And the cards above that are your third eye for enlightenment and envisioning, which is stripped from light from the pineal gland. And the cards above that are the crown for knowing and understanding. That should equal wisdom now. Now let's go over and look at the past cards and see what it says, what's happened in your past. You received the 6 of Pentacles and the 5 of Cups. Now the 6 of Pentacles is the giving and receiving card. It's about balance. And a lot of times you're in a good position to be able to give to other people. But then again, there's something about that. There's a giver and taker, and there's an enabling aspect to it, where maybe you're giving too much to people that should be doing their own responsibilities, taking care of their own lives. This causes a dependency. And the 5 of Cups that's conjoined with it as the clarification card is saying it hasn't made a happy environment in your life at all. The 5 of Cups is about despair, depression, disappointment. Now this could be you or the people around you. But if it's tripping off the 6 of Pentacles, it's saying that whatever's happening hasn't been a happy situation for anyone involved. Well, maybe for the people that are receiving, but they're not happy either, because they don't feel independence. They don't feel right about their life either. Everybody retrospectively is going to look back and think, why did they bother? There's definitely a wounded feeling about this past. Now there's always a bridge in the backdrop in the 5 of Cups card. And that's saying that you have to pass over that from the past to the present to find happiness. Somewhere you are going to have to start seeking some happiness. Now the cards next to the past cards for your sourcing and urgings. You receive the 4 of Wands, which is a great card. But then you receive the 5 of Swords with it. The 4 of Wands is about teamwork, shared accomplishments, happiness, a community feeling. And it can even be rites of passage, marriage, engagements, graduations, or just coming down to realizing that things have to change. and there can be ascensions in your life. But the Five of Swords is holding you back. All five cards are numerology-wise, the number 5 is about obstacles and barriers. And this Five of Swords is actually about battles that aren't worth fighting. People just throw their swords down and say, no, it's not worth the bloodshed. I'm not going to fight with you anymore. I kind of feel like there's some kind of gloating aspect to this too. People are going, ah, ha, ha, I won. But in reality, everybody lost. And it kind of feels like that in the past too with the Five of Cups, which is related to this card, is that there was no winners in this. Now the cards up above for your pelvic and sacrum, for your spiritual awakening and growth, receive the Page of Cups and the Six of Wands. Now the Page of Cups is a dreamy time kind of guy. He's in dreamland. He has his head in the clouds. But then again, he is into a sixth sense and intuition. And he brings messages and news and really good ideas. If you can keep your feet on the ground and stay in reality. And then again, his emotions are swaying all over the place. I mean, he could be, head in the clouds from falling in love, or just completely depressed from unrequited love. There's no balance. And I think that's what I'm starting to see now, is that you're seeking some balance in your life. Now the Six of Wands is a celebration card, just like the Four of Wands. But this is more about you winning a battle. You having a cumen in a contest or a competition of some sort. And you won. And you're being recognized for it. So once again, you have a happy card about celebration with a card that's kind of real different. I mean, it was about love and too much emotions with the Six of Wands. And it's about battles and arguments with the Five of Swords. And now the same thing is going on up there, up above in your solar plexus for your sensing and feeling. You receive the Seven of Wands and the Ten of Cups. Now the Seven of Wands is then again another battle. It's like you're representing or having to battle off people about your beliefs or what you want to do, and people aren't agreeing with you. But the Ten of Cups, I call this the happiness card. And you get a glimpse of heaven over the Rainbow of Cups. So there's like a dichotomy going on here. There's two different feelings between this unconscious inner self for you. You're being really mellow and making accomplishments. And then again, there's a lot of things holding you back. Now the cards for the heart of the matter, you receive the King of Cups and the Two of Swords. So now you've grown up from the Page of Cups next to it to now the King, the mature King. It's saying here that now maybe you've acquired some maturity in the way that you're giving your emotions away. I think a lot of times you were giving emotions away. You were letting people take your power. You weren't empowering yourself. But here the King of Cups is also about helping you heal from emotional injuries. And then on the other side of it, he's there to help you control your emotions, master your passions. Maybe you were doing some things too much out of love. Having too much love can just be as bad as having not enough. Now the clarification card with the King of Cups is the Two of Swords. This is a decision card. All two cards are about decisions, balance, partnerships. And I think everybody wants all of the above. We all want to make the right decisions. We want to have balance in our lives, and we want to have good partnerships. But the two can be also about opposing forces and the struggle and the battle between them. And I think this card actually is now kind of summing up all of the cards that I've read so far. There's going to be some difficult decisions for you to make in the present. Decisions that aren't going to be a win-win for everybody. And I think you're worried about a lot of other people. Now this King of Cups could be a Scorpio, a Pisces, or a Cancer, or somebody that's kind of taking on that persona. And I'm saying that because it is the central card. It's the heart of the matter. Now let's go down to the throat for your communicating and teaching. You receive the Ace of Swords twice. This card is the sword of truth. And maybe some truths are going to be coming out. Maybe once you start making these decisions with the Two of Swords up above, which seem to be connected, that truths will be just tumbling down. And this card is about victory too. But it's saying that it was a really long, hard road to get to where you're at right now. And it kind of feels that way to me too. But this card is a dual card too, because it's got two sides to the sword. It's got two edges to the sword. It can hurt and harm or heal. And it's really how you weld this sword to the outcome of the decisions that you're going to be making. Because any Ace card, and you've got two of them together, is saying that you have new beginnings. It's just a promise of new beginnings. But it's there. There is a light in the tunnel coming out. Now the cards up above for envisioning and enlightenment, you receive the Seven of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. So now you received 3 5 cards so far. Cups in the past, Swords at the base of your spine, and now the Five of Pentacles up in your envisioning and enlightenment. This card kind of means you've had some personal bankruptcy. It can be financial bankruptcy too, but normally it's emotional distress, deprivation of emotions. People are taking you for granted. They're not appreciating what you're doing, or somebody around you isn't. Maybe it's work, family, friends, I don't know. But it's forcing you to make a decision, a difficult decision again, because you have the Seven of Cups card. And there's a prize or a poison in each cup. Just like the Two of Swords, that's a difficult decision too. This is going to be a difficult decision year. But if you make the right decisions, it's going to be an easy year for you. Now the cards up above for your crown, for your knowing and understanding, and hopefully now acquiring wisdom. You receive the Eight of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Now the Knight of Wands is really impetuous and extremely combative. And here it's kind of saying to slow down. Don't fight with anybody anymore. There's a lot of risk and danger involved in this fire energy, and this could be you because you're Leo, and this is fire energy. Don't get all hopped up about a lot of things. Mellow out. But the Eight of Cups next to it is saying that it's time for you to walk away from something. You know, and it can be a relief and a release at the same time. It's time to shed something that no longer serves you anymore. And this has to do with emotions. You've been carrying around a lot of emotional baggage. But a lot of unexpected things happen in his arrival and even in his wake. Things can happen quickly and not quite the way you want them to. He has an aura of kind of rough around the edges kind of thing. It's not very refined. And that's not very pleasing to Leos. You like refinement. But the best part here is now the future. Because you receive the Sun card the Six of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. Now the Sun card is you. That's personifying you. It can mean strength as well, because the Strength card is representing Leo too. And the Strength card is number 8. And here you have the 8 of Cups up in the crown too. So it's saying that you're acquiring some type of strength to take a handle on things. And if you do and start making these right decisions, the Sun card is saying there's going to be abundance coming into your life, joy. And this card signifies understanding and enlightenment. It shines a spotlight on things that you're drawing your attention to. But the card next to it, the Six of Swords, is saying that you're moving from turbulent to tranquil waters. And this card is saying that it's going to be an easy transition to do that. And the Ace of Cups is another promise for a new beginning, but this is for emotions and more deep-seated relationships between people. Affairs, family members, friends, and even co-workers. This can even signify new beginnings for career. But it has to do with your senses. The 5 fountains that are spraying out of the cup represent the material senses. It's time for you to enjoy life. You know, way in the past you had obstacles and things kind of out of balance. And now your conscious for-self side is saying that there's a little lingering feeling of this depression that all of this has put you through. But you're taking care of it. You're being given new beginnings. You're walking away from some things, and you're required to make some decisions. And if you make the right ones, you're going to have an excellent year. And I wish you acceptance, peace, and happiness.